I wanted to talk, well, show you about painting doors and door frames. If you usually get them like this, already hinged and within the frame, and if you paint them like that, you have a real problem getting to the sort of back edge of the door here. Whatever you do, it will stick one side or it will stick the other side, and you never get a very good finish, and it can be quite bad sometimes. I mean, and even if it isn't, it's a lot of fiddling about trying to get it to look right. So it's much better really to take the door out of the frame, which isn't as terrible as it sounds. There's a pin in the bottom, and the rest of the pin that's been cut up is in the top. You can't really get to that one because it's got no head on it, but you can get to this one, and quite easily. So what I do is I get a pair of tweezers that I'm not that fond of, and I keep gouging at it at the bottom, levering it and pushing it till I can get a grip on it, and then when I've got a grip on it I can just pull it out. If you even damage the bottom a little bit there, like I've done, trying to get this underneath it, it doesn't matter, because again, that's obviously the bottom of your door. When it's in place, it's never going to show. And to be honest with you, sometimes if you gouge it a bit around there, that pin will sit in neater and tighter, because sometimes they're quite proud of the bottom, and they can make a difference when you're actually putting it in place in your doorway in terms of fitting and looking right. So anyway, I pull the pin out, keep them in a little jar so that I know where they all are when I want to put them all back again, and then you just very gently pull your door out from the top pin. It's very easy, it's as simple as that. I haven't done it before on this door or anything. And then you can see that you've got this top pin in here, which obviously you need then to pull out with your tweezers. And again, every single time, drop it in your jar. The amount of times that I put it on the desk because I think, well, I'll do 2 or 3 and pick them up in a minute, and then I find I'm one short when I come to pick them up. So it's not a good idea. I also try to keep the door with the frame that it came out of. When I'm painting them, I try to keep them together, put them together wherever you leave them to dry and wherever you're working on them, because quite often whoever's put them together hasn't drilled or made the holes exactly the same in each piece. So it's easier to get them back together again if you're just shoving the pin back in the holes that are already made, and you know, relocating them in the previous holes. So try and keep them together if you can, but that's much easier to paint the frame because the door's not in the way of the frame, and to paint this rounded back edge of your door nice and tidily without getting all sort of frayed edges on the front and back of it.